What's up, everybody? How y'all doing, babies? Anyway, if you a gamer like me, I have the most awesomest controllers ever. But you know, some controllers was sucky, the other ones was like the best controllers ever, and this is a tier list. What I feel that who got the best controllers in my opinion. IMO. This is an IMO channel. IMO video. Who got the best fucking controllers ever? Anyway, sorry. Anyway, so the first thing is the fucking nunchucks for the Switch. Look at these hands. These are man's hands, and man's hands don't fit around with controllers that's built for small ass people like the Japanese. So we're gonna put this to D. I don't like them shits because they too little and the buttons are small as fuck. Alright, the next one is, I think this is the Xbox Controller S. This was a pretty upgrade to the Do controller, which that's next on the list. The S I think is A. S, because S controller S, because it's smaller, but I always did like the Xbox controller better because it's so aerodynamical. I'm trying to make up words, but it's not hitting right. I don't know. But then segued up to the Do controller. It was good. I'll put this B because it was too damn big though at the same time. And I joke about my man hands and shit being all big, but that controller was too big, but I'll put that in the B because it was different. Now, the Super Nintendo thing, the Super Nintendo controller, way too many buttons. Way too many buttons for my taste though, because when I was like, how old was I when the Super Nintendo came out? I was 10, I think, or 8 or 9, some shit. I don't know. I'll put this in the C range because even though it was a good upgrade from the classic Nintendo, I had to relearn my brain. I had to relearn my brain on how to figure out which buttons to fucking work some shit. Anyway, now the PS4, what's that? The DualShock 4? That's S. That's one of the greatest ones. It had haptic feedback. Well, can I say haptic feedback? Oh, did it have the rumble pack or whatever? Is that? No, PS5 got haptic. PS4 DualShock got rumble because I don't know. So I'm stupid. And Sega Genesis. Is that Sega Genesis? Ooh, that's the earlier version Sega Genesis. I'll put that on the D because I have no clue what that controller is. So D. Well, I do know for this controller, this is a Sega Genesis. The Sega Genesis, it relies on 3 buttons, one start button and the select button on the other side, and then the D-pad. It's a pretty simple design scheme on it, and I'll put this on B. It was pretty decent for what it was, and it was simple. Now, I never had a Wii U, so I'm gonna put that on D. The original PlayStation controller, I'll put that on S because all the PlayStation controllers are good for it worked. It was wired. The first time I had to use an analog stick though, but I easily adapted to the fact that analog sticks do work. What's this? I think this is this controller. Where is no, that's not it. I think this is dusty though. I think this is it. The Pro controller. I got this controller. It's very awesome. If you don't like the nunchucks of the fucking Switch, the Joy-Cons, excuse me. If I said nunchucks, I'm thinking about the Wii, the Joy-Cons. I hated the Joy-Cons. That's why I put the Joy-Cons on D. All right, but the Pro controller, that's a good controller, so that's an S. The regular PlayStation S. The DualShock 3's S. Now the GameCube. I had a GameCube, and that shit was far too many buttons. But after a while, you do get used to them. So it's a good controller for what kind of games that you want to play. Put that on A. The first game I placed that in that tier. The original Nintendo controller. This is my first controller me using. S. It's very simple design. 2 buttons. Also got 2 options buttons. You got the start button, then you got the options button, then you got the D-pad. That's it. You need it. So that's a good starter controller if you started gaming in like the late 80s. Anyway, Nintendo 64, just like the fucking GameCube, which I think when I speak about it, the Nintendo 64 controller is a rendition. No, the GameCube controller is a rendition of the N64. You just look at it. It's like Nintendo was like, let's capitalize on what the N64 controller should do or need to be looking like or whatever, baby. So, I didn't really like it, so I'm gonna put this on C. I mean, it's not a bad controller. It's just not average, but it was just weird. It was so weird. It's a weird controller. So, no, hold on. Let me make sure. Let's put the GameCube controller on C, because the C is average. When you get graded in school, your paper that you worked your ass off and the teacher gave you a C+ on it, it means it's good, but it's average. So it's an average ass controller. Just like, let's put the Super Nintendo in A, because that was a pretty good controller. Learning curve of all the buttons, because it was a step up from the original Nintendo. It had 2 buttons, then you got 6 buttons on that bitch, because it introduced the shoulder buttons. I forgot about that. It had buttons on top. Then you had 4 buttons on the front. Anyway, now the Gamecast, the Dreamcast. My sister had the Dreamcast. I was highly jealous. But the only thing that you want to see, he put the memory card in the controllers, like the memory card slot in the controllers. That was kind of innovative right there. It was in the controllers though, but it was just like the Xbox Duke controller. It did the job though. It was nice and simple, you know. It had a little innovative with the memory card slot, the VMU, I think that's what it's called, because it had the memory unit had a screen on it. That was very interesting. So I put that on B. It was a simple design with a little innovation. It was all right. Then the Nunchuck, that's D right there. I never had the Wii. My sister had the Wii, and I played on her Wii, and it was like, that sound wrong. I played on her Wii anyway. I got the cooties. Anyway, I hated the Nunchucks. Now this is the Nunchucks. I know in the beginning of the video I said the Switch controller was the Nunchucks, but I forgot it's Joy-Cons. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I got that. Hold on. Yeah, I got the Joy-Cons in this shit. I'm playing. I ain't playing shit. Anyway. Yeah, the Joy-Cons, I don't like these. These are best suited when they are connected to the screen. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't like the Nunchucks. Now this is, what is the PS2 things? Well, PlayStation got good controllers. Xbox, what's this? What is that? I can't see. Xbox got good controllers, and this is the Xbox One. You got a good controller. That's my tier list of the fantastic controllers that I have played. Besides the Wii U controller, I haven't played on that big thing before, so that's why it's on the D list. Anyway, most of the Sony controllers are S list Xbox controllers, except for the Duke. I put that on the B scale. I put the Super Nintendo controller on the A scale. C scale is like the big brother, little brother controllers. You know, the N64 and the Dreamcast. No, I mean the Dolphin. The Dolphin that was the code name for the GameCube. Joy-Cons, I hated them. The Joy-Cons are good innovations, right? But it's too little for these man hands I got, the man fat hands. And they only are better connected to the shit. Yeah, that's it. Hit that like button if you like it. Social media links will be down in the description box below. You want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. And also click on that bell notification so you can be notified when I upload a video, babies. Peace.